Hello there, great person, and welcome to Let's Watch some Attack on Titan stuff blind. Today we will do opening 5 and see what greatness there is. I already saw the battle nuke teased, so we are now at the end of season 3 and can't wait for season 4. But without further ado, let's get into it. I will first watch it, then go frame by frame, and then I will, of course, look at the lyrics. So let's have some fun. And don't forget to like and subscribe as always. And yeah, here we go.
Doch ich frag mich, wer wir sind.
Oh yeah, I love Linked Horizon. Oh yeah, there indeed was Bertolt. Oh yeah, their last fight. Oh, what's lying there in the ground? The coffee mill, yeah. And those 3. Only 2 remain. Oh, that was awesome. Okay, that's a bit weird with the CGI. Oh, Christ, what was that? Yeah, go frick yourself, Zeke. Wow, yeah, man, I'm so glad I didn't watch this. That last charge. Interesting that this is so close to what was in the show. Like, this was full of spoilers, holy shit. I think this was that one was, yeah, those were shots from the show. Holy shit. Ooh, Historia. And all the scouts. Man. I love that all the openings are so similar. Yeah, everything that led them there to the basement. Awesome, man, that's awesome. I don't actually know if it is needed that I go through it frame by frame, because it basically told the whole story of episodes 313 to 319. Like, that's what it did. I mean, what? That was the most spoiler heavy thing. Like, it was almost just shots from the show. And this is exactly why I don't watch openings, by the way. This one. It's like the Bleach opening, what was it? It's the one before Change, where we saw the Espada fight. Like, that was also so stupid. I don't like this. Like, I don't like openings that spoil so much. Like, the music was awesome, and the opening itself was absolutely awesome, But I don't like these types of openings. But let's not dwell on that. Like, it was very well done. Like, we had some very iconic. Like, me watching this now after the season, it's brilliant. Love it. Like, because we relive the great moments. Like, okay, let's go through it. So we've got the Bertolt nuke here. Bertolt's there. Everyone going down, looking for them. Like, I think this might even be an anime scene, by the way. This might be like straight from the anime. Yeah, I think this might also be from the anime. I don't think this was in it, but I mean, Levi attacking the coffee pot and the ground. Yeah, there they are with the thunder spears. Come on, man. It's so spoilery. Like, this is from the show. You can't tell me otherwise. I love them drinking coffee here. I love coffee. This one as well. Like, I love this shot. It's so meaningful. But man, what the frick. So we had some Bertolt action, throwing stuff around. The CG here, I don't like it that much. Like, I normally don't complain about CG because I mostly don't mind, but this one here in an opening, I'm sorry, you can draw stuff in an opening. I don't know. Yeah, Eren fighting. This one was awesome though. Like, all the Titans forming here. We didn't see that though. Yeah, by the way, how did that work? Like, I think Zeke did summon them. What happened there? We don't know really, I think. That's weird. Now that, and yeah, and here's the scene where I lost my shit at. Yeah, that's the scene I lost my shit at Zeke here. Just shotgunning everything. Evan's last charge, man. That's so awesome, man. But yeah, rip. Oh, we've got shots of Valsina again and again. This as well, like, it's not in the anime like this, but it's basically their battle playing out. Them flying through the city here, firing the thunder spears. Yeah, that's what was that? It was Mikasa flying in. Yeah, this one as well. This shot here where she flies through this street, I'm pretty sure that's in the anime as well. So I don't know. This is definitely like these are not, but him walking through the rubble, that's in the anime as well. Yeah, this scene as well. Ah, wow, what a spoiler! Holy shit, do you see that? Do you see how it flashed into Armin? What a spoiler! Holy shit, this is so spoilery. Yeah, that was the postman. Anyway, so yeah, like this is also heavy spoiler stuff, man. What? Yeah, their hearts again. Interesting that they show the Titan hearts as well. Oh god, what happened to you, mate? So sad we don't have Titans anymore. I guess we only have human Titans left and the Wall Titans. It's interesting. Attack on Titan without Titans, basically, almost. Yeah, and here are the Wall Titans waltzing out. I mean, that's gonna happen. Come on, like, you can't tell me otherwise that's gonna happen. Like, the way that was teased and the way Eren was, like, starting to get incredibly hateful through the past memories. Blood again and Historia. Man, it's looking fine there again. This is so sad. Mietke, Nanabe, and Erwin. All of them, man, all of them dead. I love that the way Erwin dissolves into the scout banner, the green lush background, and the birds, all of them flying. Oh no, it's Mikasa and Eren again, apparently. Yeah, so awesome. Oh yeah, and we've got the desert teased. So yeah, the trees grow less, and then there's the desert, and then after that there's the ocean. Like, they tease the ocean here, basically. It's awesome. Yeah, and we see flashes of the season, and the basement is teased, of course. I mean, that's how it is. I mean, it's a pretty it's. I think it's the one I dislike. I don't like as much as the others. Like, song wise, it's awesome, but because they just used season 3 part 2 footage, basically, like, they reworked some stuff. But I don't know. It feels so weird here. But I think if you would watch all the openings 1 to 5 one after another, that would be an awesome experience. I might do that in the end, because the Linked Horizon band, they are very well. Like, they're doing their stuff very well. I really like what they're doing, and they have served Shigeki no Kyojin very well here. So let's go into the lyrics. I will zoom in a bit. So, the road of aspirations and corpses. Oh, so we are having a heavy hitter today. I mean, every road to aspirations is littered with corpses. Most, like, if the aspirations are great. I think that's always. I mean, the theme of sacrifices in especially this part of the show a lot. And we do have many corpses that are lying at the side of the road of aspirations, or that pave it even. Like, you could even say that. And how many dead can you pay to go to your goals? And how many dead are worth it? And also, the people that die, do they know what they're dying for? It's all the questions here that are addressed in the show brilliantly, but I mean, that's a powerful line starting. That day humanity received a grim reminder. Yeah, and they're now talking, of course. I mean, we now have 3 that days. I consider there to be 3 that days. First one, of course, is Bertolt attacking Shiganshina. Second, of course, is Grisha's youth, and when his sister died and was murdered by the official. And the last one is indeed when the scouts got wiped out. To me, that's also one of those days. It's one of those days. But the shadows moving forward in almost no light, each and every one of them feeling uneasy. Yeah, shadows moving. That's them lurking, like going through the night towards Maria and Shiganshina, obviously, I think. I mean, it could have more meanings, but yeah. The uncertain future blooms on thin ice, ready to be picked at any time. Uncertain future. I mean, their future was uncertain. Blooms on thin ice as well. Ready to be picked at any time, but people will fall into the ice then. That's also cool, like the visual of a flower on an like ice sheet that's very thin, and if you plug it, you fall in, or you risk falling in. That's also like very awesomely written. Just how many times have our napes been caressed by those cold hands upon night's arrival? Ooh, the napes as well. I mean, that is a double meaning. It could mean that how many Titans have been killed, like how many people have been wiped out that were turned into Titans by the Malians, but also how many nights have there come, how many hopeless days. That's so well done. Turning our backs to the dusk, we instead choose to cling to the back of a burning hope, and we chased after the truth, knowing very well the path to it would also lead to hell. That's a tease for season 4 a bit, I hope. I want to see hell a bit more. I will probably see hell more in season 4, like we already saw some hell. But turning our backs to the dusk, like it's a bit of dusk is like an end of life, like an end of day, an end of hope. And they here turn their back to the dust, of course, symbolizing that they still have their hope even though the night falls, which is again the last charge of the scouts. Chased after the truth, knowing very well the path it would also lead to hell. I mean, it led to hell to the scouts. It led to, like, Erwin was in hell in his last moments because that was so sad. Him raising his arm, reliving the moment where he betrayed his father and where he caused his father's death, that moment where he raised his hand and asked a question, which is so powerful. And I love that in his last moment, he still is in that terrible moment in his youth. Like basically it's the moment before hell for him. And that's also why I think it was very sensible to not pick Erwin, because he was done. Like, and he needed to be released. What are you willing to give up to make sure your dream comes true? Yeah, Erwin. What is Erwin's dream as well? What was that? What is Erwin's dream here as well is the question. Was it humanity safe or was it the basement? And I think it was, in the end, humanity, and the basement was just a curse and not a dream. The devil sweetly whispers as we lay down corpses to make our path. Yeah, that also refers to Erwin, I think, because Erwin had a devil inside him that drove him towards the basement. What's outside these walls? The truth we sought after in our younger days. Finally, it is within our grasp, just across the path of corpses. Wow, I love the lyrics of this one. That's so awesome. Lemons, pain, and regrets, grudges repeat in a cycle inside a miniature garden. And at the end of a stream of memories, we question the meaning of freedom. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean that they're in a cage, basically, we know that. And it's also a garden. The garden and the cage are the same symbol, but with different connotations in mythology. Like the garden is also an enclosed area where you are safe, where everything is brilliant, normally. Like Garden of Eden is that. It stands for a comfort zone as well. And the cage, of course, is also like a bordered area. And it, of course, does have this negative connotation. So here it is it is interesting that they say inside a miniature garden, which is something potentially good, and also paradise potentially. And I know they're on Paradise Island, but let's not get sidetracked here. But then lemons, pain, and regrets and grudges in a garden. That's such a juxtaposition. I love that. I think juxtaposition is the word. I might have used the wrong one. Like when you describe opposites, I don't know. And at the end of a stream of memories, we question the meaning of freedom. Yeah. Ehre, this is Ehren here. Ehren after having seen the hate of his ancestors and understanding that the freedom they sought is not the freedom that is the one in grasp. And yeah, the vessels of young boys, so full of possibilities they should have been. To each and every one of them, what did the winds of fate give them? Vessels of young boys, that might mainly refer to Bertolt and Rainer, of course, but also the scouts. What possibilities should have been. That is a very well written line encapsulating what war is. Because children and youth are often associated with big potential for the future. Like you preserve your children, at least that's one reason why you try to preserve them normally, because you hope that they will bring a better world based on what you taught them and what they learned. And like you hope that they understand your traditions and culture mostly, I think, and to reshape a bit, to make it applicable to the new world that is changing around people all the time. Like the world always changes, you have to adapt. So the children are there with their creativity and with their fantasy and stuff to try to push the boundaries and to adapt to the new circumstances that will inevitably arise, I think. So yeah, perhaps to someone it was a vow to save the rest of humanity, and to someone a dream. Grief and hatred intersect, and the crimson arrow takes aim at both of them. Yeah, Ehren's gonna go fucking nuts, man. People yearn to have wings just like birds have, and so they took up to the skies. The devil cunningly boasts about as the corpses follow their path. Man, the zeppelins here. People yearn to have wings just like the birds have, and so they took up to the skies. That's Marley here. The devil cunningly boasts about as the corpses follow their path. And again, while they're running towards the revelation of Marley, which is this one, yeah. I love the symbolism of the airship as well. It's like artificial bird. So Grisha saw an artificial bird. It's also a symbol for freedom, perhaps, an airship. What's on the other side of the sky? In our younger days, we were enthralled by these questions, and now the light from those of days of old shines down and it illuminates the path of corpses. They were so full of hope, and they grew up. And growing up, in part, is, of course, understanding that there is cruelty in the world. And no one said that better than Mikasa. I don't need to go into it again. I wonder what you might see if you look down on the world up from the sky. I wanted to go someplace else that wasn't here. Yeah. Sometimes you just want to go away. I mean, that's your exploration drive. I love that. It's so cool. And what would you see if you look down on the world up from the sky? This has a bit of this godly connotation or this angelic connotation, like you're up in the sky seeing everything, getting a new perspective. Yeah. I always dreamed in my younger days what would be waiting for me at the end of the vast world. Something overwhelmingly absurd, perhaps. Something overwhelmingly absurd. Yes, you could call the revelations that, but I would call them horrifyingly horrific. Horrific. The cost of dreaming about freedom is a cold bed. I like Coffin more. Of dirt. At times we take on the appearance of beasts or gods, as justice bears its fangs. And just as it was hellish within the cage, isn't it just as hellish outside of it? Yeah. That's the thing, man. Marley is coming. I don't know why there are two words. Perhaps they sing both words at the same time, which would be awesome. Because there, again, these, like we had before, I don't know what the word is. I don't know. I don't think it's juxtaposition. I don't think it is. When you have a positive and negative word together. Like it's this again, gods and beasts. Like beast is an old... the beast of old is like this ungodly, like it's the proto-devil, and bed and coffin are like the same thing again, but differently connotated. There's still meaning in moving towards tomorrow, even when it means shouldering the weight of our past sins. The devil murmurs in a low voice as we continue forth on the path of corpses, yeah. I mean, yeah, you can always move on, even if you have sins of the past. Could we argue that Eren has the sins of the past in his soul because it's not Eren anymore? We might even be able to do that. Oh, that might be interesting to talk about. What's beyond this darkness? We were cursed within our younger days. One day we will be rewarded with the truth, just past the path of corpses, yeah. Yeah, they hope there is something beyond the darkness, but I think beyond the darkness currently is more darkness. Crimson urge, an arrow shoots along the tracks. The resolution for freedom, wings will take flight. Flower petals, hearts dedicated to our cause, are tied up in a bundle, but it's too early to offer them to a truth's daybreak requiem. As the sun is yet to sink behind the horizon, onwards to what lies on the other side of the waves. Wow, yeah, season 40 is here, of course, I think. And again, them riding out. It's mainly them riding out, but I mean, that's the theme. That was all there was in the first part of season 3 part 2, and I loved every second. Like, it was season 3 part 2 was my favorite thing of the anime. So yeah, that was the lyrics, that was the reaction. I hope you enjoyed it as always. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you soon. Yeah, bye. There they are, sitting on the stairs. Those three. Always those three. And their class. Oh wow, goodbye world. Wow, okay. Oh, is this... I hope this is the real ending. And it's like because it's flashing through time. It's so cool, yeah. Those were the old days, man. It feels so long ago. Yeah. That's so awesome. Man, there they all are. Still pulling on one rope, so to speak. Annie beating... Who did she beat? Rainer? Yep. And Eren. Eren and Jean having a fallout. Man, that's so funny. And there they are. So interesting as well that Rainer and Bertolt swore on their hearts as well. That is so awesome, man. Going into the light. Yeah, I do not think we have to go through it frame by frame because it was basically a slideshow. Did they not have budget for the ending and opening of season 3 part 2? I know where all the budget went, I think. I don't mind it though for the ending. The ending was really... it was reminiscing on the good old days, if you can call days in the military academy good old days, so I don't know. But I really enjoyed it. Like, it was it was what an ending should be, like a bit slow and sad, perhaps, and feel good a bit. I like that. So let's see what the lyrics actually say. Goodbye world, our shadows standing side by side do not cross each other. I am not familiar with this metaphor. It's probably a Japanese one, I don't know. But goodbye world, yeah, sayonara sekai. I heard that. My hope, my light, and the unknown scenery, I'm still searching for them. Yeah, the hope. I guess when they were in the military, which is what this ending was about, some of them were still searching for their hope. Like Jean found hope a bit through Marco's death as well. Like, I know he mostly found grief and terror, but he also found a bit hope. Let's make just one promise, to call each other by our names, to share our happiness to one another, to connect using our words, hold on tight to our pain. Yeah, that's also them promising to each other that they will have their backs, and they didn't. Like Rainer and Bertolt, they lied in their oaths here, so to speak. Somewhere in this world, if we can meet in the future, please don't forget about me, the truth about me. Do you think that I do think that they learned truths about each other during the training as well. Because Armin used some stuff on Bertolt several times. psychological warfare, which he only could do because he knew him so well. So they like, and I know this is a very positive thing. Like, if we can meet in the future, please don't forget about me. That can also be have a very negative vibe. It does not have here, like not the way it's sung, but I'm just thinking about Armin confronting Bertolt. Didn't forget about you, mate. Good night, world. Nobody else has to know besides us. Time, please stop. I held back your cold hand. Again, death in the future. Many of them will perhaps die, but the main cast hasn't really died yet. Like, the only one from the main cast that has died is Erwin and Bertolt, I would say. I would even not completely consider Bertolt a main cast necessarily. Like, Hannes and Bertolt and people like that, and Nanabe and Misha, they are like secondary characters, though they feel like main characters in their own stories. Like, I like that. So, Everlasting Dream, A Gloomy Shadow. Yeah. Dream of freedom, or whatever they dream about. And then the Titans between that, and the Malians. An adventure on a sunny, cloudless day, huddling under an umbrella on a rainy day. Scattered tears softly lifted, carrying our wounds. Let's move forward. Yeah. Yeah. That's so sad, man. An adventure under a sunny, cloudless day. I like this means to me they had good and bad times, and they were friends. Like, they were together, and they did shed tears, and they did support each other in those times. Like, for example, Armin and Jean, when Armin killed the girl, and they're like, yeah, let's go on. We are together. Promise we made in our hearts. A promise that never fades. Well, it did fade for Bertolt and Rainer. I hear the sound of the wind beyond the map. I wonder why there is the sound of wind beyond the map. Beyond the walls, something like that. I mean, wind is chaos a bit, so upcoming storm. Yeah, oncoming storm. I think that's probably what they're going for here. Promise we made in our hearts. Yeah, I don't think, like, for some people it did indeed. It did fade, which is the sad part. To call each other by our names, to share our happiness to one another, to connect using our words, to hold on tight to our pain. Yeah, they're in this together. I like this. This is basically just them saying to each other, we are there for each other, and you can rely on us. And it's so sad that we saw Rainer and Bertolt with them there. Like, they were also their friends, but man, they freaked up. The bell at the start of the day, the dawn is calling for us. In the truth, name of love, don't be afraid, move forward. Yeah. Somewhere in this world, if we can meet again in the future, no matter how small, please don't forget. Please don't forget the future in our hearts, a promise that belongs to us. Please don't forget about me, the truth about me. Wow, this also reminds me a bit of Bertolt and Rainer. I don't know why, because it's like they knew the real Rainer. I feel like the corrupted, poisoned Rainer we met later. That's like the corrupt version of him, and he was cleansed of the sins of his people, like of the Malian sins a bit when he was in the training. So please don't forget about me, the truth about me. I mean, that I see as them not forgetting who the real Bertolt and Rainer were, and they met them. They got to know the real people there without the poison for a while, and I hope they don't forget who they were, and that they were in part good people, even though they were shitheads in other parts. Also, people like Marco here, don't forget us, the truth about us, that they fought valiantly, that they charged and died. Man, this is such a downer. It's a quick one, I feel. Like, this one feels... I like the theme of camaraderie here. Like, does not have like this vast, deep lyrics, though it has cool lyrics that tug at my heartstrings a bit. It's very down to earth. It feels very down to earth, this ending. But I like it. I still do like it. Yeah, it was ending 5. It was actually not as much as I thought it would be, because it was like, did I watch the right one? It was just a slideshow. I mean, that can be effective stylistically, don't get me wrong. Slideshow can also be very cool. Like, I think I watched it in one episode. Didn't I watch it in one episode? No, I don't think I did. I watched another ending. Or was it this one? Anyway, like, and it felt very, like, it felt right. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, even though it was shorter. And don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. And I will see you soon. Bye.
He looked into my eyes, and I almost threw up from guilt. I'm angry and sad, but I also know that something like this happens every few generations. It happens to remind us that something endures in the mountains, deep within the rocks, that the past is still here, resting beneath the hills, and occasionally it sends its nightmares up to us.
If you enjoyed this little tease, consider checking out my new story, The Waters That Hated. It is available now for free on Vidith22's YouTube channel. Link is pinned in the comments. Thank you for watching and take care.